went and tried to throw Venezuela himself with like 3.
That's right.
We're not going to watch
That's the
this
last
very
trip to
much.
Venezuela.
This is
A
just
group of
on.
senior U.S. officials
While I
flew
wait
to
for the-
Venezuela on Saturday for a
the
meeting with
streams to
President Nicolas
start.
Maduro's government to discuss the possibility of
You know what I
easing
mean?
sanctions on Venezuelan oil exports
Oh my
as the
God.
Biden administration weighs a ban on imports of Russian oil and gas, according to 2 people familiar with this. Ooh, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing after all that shit Biden and Trump were talking and Antony Blinken. That's embarrassing. Now they got to go with their dick in their hands. It's like,
Yeah.
hey,
Maybe Maduro's too.
hey, ha, 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 ha. We were joking, ha, ha, ha. When I said you were a violent dictator who oppressed his people, let me finish. The trip is the highest level U.S. visit to the socialist state in years and comes as the United States is seeking to isolate Russia for its invasion in their hands to Ukraine. Venezuela, the Kremlin's most important ally in South America, used to be a significant supplier of crude to the United States before
Excuse me. Welcome to the stream. Okay. So, Jimmy Dore's not the purpose of this. I just figured that'd be a good way to, you know, way to kill time while you check that everything's coming up on Twitch and everything, and there's audio, right? There's audio, right? Coming up on Twitch. It seems like it. Okay. So we might watch a couple of things here, but we're also going to look at the Flipgrids. So I've created a couple new topics. One is what makes a person mean. This topic has 5 minutes. 5 minutes for replies. What makes people hopefully mean? Now I want to clarify right away because that has 2 separate meanings. That question. There's the criteria of what it takes to make a person the type of person you would consider as a mean person, like being rude, being a bully. These are criteria. And then there's the other version of what makes them be mean, which is why do they behave like that? What causes that to happen inside them or their environment or wherever the cause is? Now, the root cause. Now, I think what makes somebody categorizable as mean is coming from the generally acceptable, the widest group of what it counts as, unnecessary, unjustified harshness in any way. In other words, if you punch somebody because you're defending yourself, that's not necessarily mean. But if you just punch a random person, that would be mean. Getting in an argument may or may not be mean. Hurting someone else's feelings is mean, and maybe they hurt your feelings, but maybe it's still mean. What makes a person go into that category, of course, is a gray area. But in the clear areas, like I said, bullying, it's going to be this being rude or violent or toxic, intentionally, way out of proportion to any cause. And then depending on what people think the cause is, you could get into blurry areas with almost anything. If somebody says something mean on purpose, it could even be considered mean, even if it was justified. But we're talking about this kind of toxic behavior and violent behavior as just the extreme form of it. And what makes people act that way? Well, we know from our philosophical discussions that people can justify hating all other people, just angry at all other people. So there's every reason to expect that the less philosophical sorts that come to the same conclusions, act on that with meanness. Um, it's also possible just that you have physiological fight or flight type, more or less biochemical pathways, however you want to put it, with the human is just this helpless victim of its biology and environment, causing meanness because people in a panic situation. So that, for example, when people get mean by wanting to hurt your feelings with their words, often I think most people would agree with me that it's because they're feeling threatened. Their feelings were hurt, even if it was from their internal dialogue reacting to what's going on around them. So nobody else knows why their feelings are. So I just noticed that the title didn't change. And I definitely thought I changed the title to the correct date and stuff. So I'll have to change that myself, but that's just weird. So, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if I had a producer, they would be fired for sure. Oh, okay, Karen. They're hurt, but they got an impression and told themselves a narrative that hurt their feelings, or their feelings were already hurt and they're dealing with something else while in this situation. And you could say, that could make someone mean. I've definitely seen people that were nice, didn't want to be mean, and can think of themselves as nice, can categorize themselves as nice, and in their interchanges with each other, with other people, end up doing the wrong thing. And you can create a story, or there's examples, no doubt, of people wanting the right thing and being genuinely well intentioned and ending up being the mean one, and what makes them do that. So I think it's generally the negative feelings of guilt and fear, the put down yourself kinds of feelings is one thing. Certainly, there's the narcissism of just not caring about other people, but then why would you go out of your way to be cruel and mean to other people if you didn't care? And, we know that narcissism looks like total pride, and ego is really just yet another self esteem lacking kind of situation. So I think those are the kinds of ideas behind what makes people mean. And I put in a little more of what could be my saved for my answer, um, to flesh out the topic. So either one of those questions, or if there's a third and fourth meaning of the question, feel free to answer that. Thanks. Hello, everybody. Today's topic is virtual reality. All right, I happen to have, I don't buy toys that often, but I bought a toy, a Quest 2. Lots of issues here. So this is a virtual reality headset, goggles and stuff. and I want to give a review. I'm going to give a review of it, and ask questions at the same time. I have 10 minutes to do it on this system, and I just have some bullet points. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of separate issues. Okay, first of all, let me go through. Now, first of all, let me just jump into the Zuck factor here. I don't like Mark Zuckerberg. I ended up using Facebook because I have so much family on it, but I don't trust him. He's doing a prank on society. It's disruptive in a bad way. And, but this Oculus Quest 2 that I've purchased, it's the Pong. You know, it's the like, here, look, you can have this kind of a gaming system. It meets the minimum expectations a little bit more, and it's impressive. So I'm not going to let a billionaire buy an interesting thing and I don't try it because I don't like him. But we have to keep the revolution in mind and not let him own the whole space. Now, I know there's a Black Mirror and Twilight Zone factor to it, and I acknowledge that. I mean, it's one of the reasons I think this is interesting. My son thinks of it as, you know, maybe it's scary, like you're getting trapped in this other world. Now, that's true, but I think it's better than this thumb space where everybody's on their devices all the time. When you put on this helmet, you have to focus on whatever the activity is you've loaded, whatever you're doing. And after a while, you feel like taking it off and being disconnected. And you're moving your body. It's like when the Wii came out, you're actually moving your body. Some of these games that I've gotten, you know, I'm sweating and exercising. And there's an element of focus. So I want to do also a practical review. I think that it's definitely fantastic, the Quest 2, and it's wireless and everything. I got the $400 version, which has 256 gigabytes of memory, but there's a $300 version. All the other VR things, if you're going to try them out, are like, you know, 1,000 or more, and you have wires and stuff. I've been playing Plank, Fruit Ninja, 3D Fruit Ninja, the Stride game, which is this parkour game where you can run around, and that's definitely, I sweat, that's an exercise. A roller coaster game. I'm finding that things like roller coaster and stuff where you want to whiz through the universe, it can make you nauseous and stuff, and it's that would make you nauseous in real life as well. I mean, my point is not to say those games, some thrill seekers, you know, and I'm enjoying them, but in a way, it's the more tranquil spaces that, you know, in mini golf that are really interesting. You know, the walkabout mini golf I've been playing, and the YouTube 360, where like they'll have, you know, how the Google Maps, Google Street View will have that 360-degree camera they can mount on the car. They have that kind of thing. They put it in the observation couple of the ISS, and you're just sitting there in the ISS looking around. It's pretty impressive. You got to adjust it just right, you know, but when you get it clear, super impressive. Now, the headset is pretty light. But after about an hour, I notice my forehead muscles are going, oh, I'm stretching or whatever. They're start to get tensed. And if you don't have it adjusted just right, your eyes can get kind of a cross-eyed thing, like looking at a 3D television or one of those old magic images type thing. So that's the review part. But what I'm asking is, what are your impressions of virtual reality? Obviously, you might have experienced some version of it, like with the YouTube 360. They're on YouTube, and you can just use your mouse to mouse around them. But when you're in the headset, it's like you just turn your head. It's different, but you can get an imagination. And I think people have probably an impression like that it's, you know, one way or another, or if it's spooky, like my son sort of has this spookiness about it. What's your impression of the virtual reality thing? I mean, I see both sides of it. Like, for example, if you were in a little tiny apartment in New York, you know, you could put this headset on and watch TV on a big screen TV, or, you know, you can have.
Oh, right. This place. Maybe it'd be better to charge through? Yeah. Okay, I'm beginning to reconsider my strategy. Let's kill a horse guy.
So what I did there was switch
out the gate
out a little early. I switched out a little early from, you know, my thing. You can go to Flipgrid. I know I was talking on mute. And this is Vosh has a Ukraine fundraiser playing. What is it? Elder Ring.
See hat? Oh.
Not getting it. Too old.
Okay.
I was watching this.
Oh shit! I didn't expect all of them to.
I don't want to do this. Why not? Because I'm tired. I've been up for 3 days, dude. I work my ass off to create jobs for suckers like you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be an asshole. You're not a sucker. My wife owns Vermilion, and you are screwed. I don't like authority. I'm the authority. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You don't know me. I'm a CEO, dude. I'm a CEO of companies, dude.
Oh my god. So that's probably good. You know what? I've decided I don't want to stream anymore right now. I'm not muted. I don't want to stream anymore. It was about the Flipgrid. Go over there, please, and let's have a conversation. Oh no, there is one more thing over at Flipgrid. I wanted to. Let's just watch. This is a great message. And the kind of thing, hey, people have lives, but if you could take part, an hour a month, then all we need is 3,000 people, and it's 24/7. Tobish.
Hey, what's up? My name's Tobias. I'm 30 years old.
Said Tobish in the title.
I have a wife, and I think this Flipgrid thing sounds really fun. So, whenever I have an opinion on a subject, I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm not gonna be super active probably because I got a lot of work and such. But yes, this is a good idea. Yeah. Also, my English isn't amazing, but
it's pretty good to me. I love accents, and your English is great. So that reminds me, I'm gonna make a topic that's like, hey, what's a topic you'd like to start? And then people can make a video that is the topic, so the first row of replies can actually be their own threads. You see what I mean? Because I'd like everybody to create topics, but not everybody's going to sign up for Flipgrid and be a co-runner of the Discussioneer group, but that's a way to do it. So I can just say, hey, create topics. I could even have a subtopic thing like, hey, create topics on politics. And people could make their replies, because you can reply to reply to reply with videos, and that would make the video reply tree that we want, and also allow everybody to start a topic. So I'm going to make that topic next, I think, unless I forget and do some other more particular topic, but I'll create that. And all right, cheers to everybody. Hopefully we all survive everything. I'm feeling pretty optimistic about the world at the moment. Not that it's going good now, but that it will go good soonish.